All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Phil Dirt. We are back with action. The Rose City Axles of Annihilation versus the Texas Roller Girls Firing Squad. I'm here with Just Jake.
Hello.
And the King. We're going to throw it over to the King to start things off, see what he's got.
All right, King, keys of the bout.
Well, I think for Texas, they've got a chance to see AOA play yesterday. I think the keys that Texas needs to pay attention to is, for starters, contain the jammer. They've got to basically hold on to the Axles of Annihilation jammer. Moore yesterday had a breakout game, and they really need to keep their eye on her. Also, they need to get their jammer out more. They need to have more lead jammer statuses throughout the game and control this game. Lastly, they need to play stop the bleeding. When the other jammer gets out, you need to make sure your jammer gets out so there's not a lot of multi-passes. For AOA, stay out of the box. Don't get those petty penalties that will make it easier for the other team to score. Also, with that being said, play strong D. You've got to contain that opposing jammer and make sure that you are in control of this game. And basically, that's it. You got to contain that jammer. Those are the keys to the King's game.
Thank you, King. Very well thought out points. I agree with them 100%.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Really does. Axles of Annihilation, a good game yesterday.
Yeah, very strong. What I like about watching the B team bouts is you see the whole program in action. You see it's not just two teams taking on each other, it's two programs taking on each other. And what we'll get tonight is a preview. We'll get right here a preview for the bout later tonight with the Texecutioners taking on the Wheels of Justice, because you're going to see the styles of play. They're not going to be dramatically different between the two teams. It's going to be the level of execution, which is going to be different. So this is going to be a nice preview.
And we do have a couple of crossover skaters that are out there. You may recognize number 101, Bloody Mary, for the firing squad. But I did hear a quote earlier that she has to learn how to block somewhere.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're just jammer forever.
Yeah.
Who wants to do that? It looks like Texas is putting out number 230, Barbie Got Back, jamming for the firing squad. And hidden behind the wall.
Somewhere back there, I'm sure Rose City has put out a jammer.
Looks like it's going to be number K2, Amber Castaldo, a.k.a. Avalanche, starting this off for the Axles of Annihilation.
Officials getting into position. Bipolar Lola will be your head referee for this bout.
She's nice.
She's so groovy. Respukin will be your front pack ref. Flown in specially from Hawaii for this bout.
The import refs. Amber Castaldo jumping all over the place, trying to get to the front there, Phil.
Barbie Got Back, though, busting open a whole lead jammer for the firing squad to start things off here.
Axles of Annihilation trying to set up a wedge offense, getting trapped there courtesy of Copernicus.
Nice wall set up by the Axles of Annihilation, but able to just power her way through it. Great work there by Barbie Got Back. Kept those legs churning while Rose City all set a standstill, able to get right through and pick up an easy 4-0 points. Texas with the early lead.
I was going to say Barbie got leg strength.
I would agree with that. That's part of the back, I imagine.
Screaming Beaver on the line for Rose City Axles of Annihilation in white. It's number 10 there.
Whistle blows, good hit there by Tex Yinger.
And Screaming Beaver very quickly lead jammer around the outside. That is number 410, Babyface Assassin, jamming for the firing squad. She gets caught up on 1701, Shaolin Spocker.
Oh, and picks up the cut. All in your grill, one of our jammers. So this is going to be an early power jam.
So Babyface Assassin, not lead jammer. We're going 2 minutes on this, and I like that Texas playing off. It's number 914, Virgo Vengeful, trying to push at least the speed of the pack a little bit.
Scoots him out a little and should be getting, yes, out of play declared. Free passage through the wasteland. 5 big points up in the air for Texas.
So one of my biggest opportunities I talked about for Texas is playing offense on the power jams. It looks like the firing squad is doing it, and that's a good sign for later tonight because the executioner is going to have to against Wheels of Justice.
Especially Texas already playing one game today where they annihilated Kansas City earlier.
All right.
Screaming Beaver out of the penalty box. I believe she was on a scoring pass, but I could be wrong.
That was my impression as well, and there it is. 4 points picked up for her.
Axles of Annihilation now on the board, but Texas with 14 and still picking up points as Babyface Assassin.
Defense is reset, and Screaming Beaver is able to cruise through as Texas playing too much offense there. Let her go for a quick 5.
Didn't see her coming, too involved with the Rose City defense. Now they're setting up a wall.
And Screaming Beaver able to push out 20 feet there for a 4-point scoring pass.
Screaming Beaver finds an open lane, picks up 4 points of her own. Just as Babyface Assassin coming back into the pack. Good work by Rose City, dragged the pack out to the front. No pack declared. I believe we're getting a destruction call.
3 points it looks like picked up by Babyface Assassin at the end there, and she has Virgo Vengeful to thank for all the help on those passes there. Number 914 for the firing squad, doing a good job getting those openings for her.
Good jam, relatively good defense on that power jam. Kept Texas limited. While they did do some offense, primarily they let the jammer try and beat her way through the last couple of blockers, and that slowed them down. So only 21 points for Texas, 13 for Rose City right now.
We got Vishaka Sion jamming for Rose City. It's number 808 out there. And that's 404. That is Peace War, who we saw with Texas last night too.
Got hit out of bounds, had to recycle as Deshawn makes her way around.
Vishaka Sion going to the outside. Incidental contact on the foot takes her out of bounds. And she's cycled back.
Good cycling by the Rose City blockers on that. Managed to contain, and Stevens comes in with a good hit to finish it off. But Peace War able to pop out of the pack.
Great speed from Peace War there, number 404. It wasn't quite quick enough to get the time, so that was good time call off. 3 points there for Vishaka Sion.
Sion with a good call off, saw where the other jammer was, called it off, managed to get a goose egg up for Texas on that pass.
We were talking about timing earlier, Phil, and how important it is to time your call-offs. You want to maximize your points while not giving up any, and that was a great example of one.
Barbie got back, putting the star up on Mars for the firing squad.
And I think it's Genevieve Moore out there. Yes, it is, jamming for the first time here on this bout.
Well, Barbie got back, able to put a shoulder down, get out of the pack, but hot on her heels is Genevieve Moore.
And it looks like point protection all up front for Rose City. Nice attack by Barbie got back, but it's 0-0 on that one.
The wall held there by Rose City. Buckled but not break.
I like the attack, though. I like how she went for it. A lot of times jammers will just play safe, and, she read the distance well. Go in, hit the wall, try not to get a back block, aim for the shoulders, try to get some hips in, but she called it off right there, so it was like, well, it's either going to be nothing or I'll get something without them. So I like that attack there.
That was a good strategy, I think. Now Texas trying to open up that outside line. We'll see if that works for them as Babyface Assassin out there.
Amber Costado in the back, caught up behind the wall of the cutting behind the firing squad, as it were.
Whitney Griffin with some great defense, forcing Babyface Assassin to the outside. She's got to cycle all the way back.
Monica Geigel there up front with the offense. Got a little opening there, number 7 for Rose City. To get Amber Castaldo, lead jammer. It's been a few jams for lead jammer here.
Rose City doing well with the defense at the front. A stop block called, though. And Babyface Assassin free of the pack on her initial pass.
That was Alicia Nisbet-Smith with the direction there. And we'll see if Castaldo got anything before. No! Incredible defense from the firing squad, hitting out, taking back, not giving up position, 0-0.
Notorious DIA forcing her to DIE going all the way to the back, forcing her to recycle. Saw the other jammer and just quit it. 6.5-ish minutes gone so far. Texas 21, Rose City 16.
Vishaka Sion again on the line for Rose City, number 808.
And looks like Peace War again for the firing squad.
404. Nice Texas swarm defense there in the back, getting a spot for Peace War up front.
Great work by Peace War, but an amazing little triangle action by Rose City.
Vishaka using the triangle defense as a wedge to try to get through. Texas does reset their swarm defense up front, though.
Texas all over it like a pack of bees. Just amazing work out there.
An incredible defense from 71 there. That's Hetty over there.
Oh, Copernicus headed off for a stop block. It's the danger with those really slow packs. You wind up picking up a couple of those.
Hetty Stevens there, yeah, that was Hetty Stevens and Copernicus holding off the defense there. Looks like we have a multiplayer in front.
Hetty Stevens opening up a big hole. I think she got a misconduct for hitting off of her skates off that hit, though.
Wow, so that's one blocker out right now, Alicia Nisbet-Smith. And it looks like nicely timed call off, good head get. Vishaka Sion, one thing I've always liked about her as a skater, and I've seen her for several years, her track awareness, her head awareness of everything that's going on at all times, whether it's as a blocker or as a jammer, she's always aware of who's where at any given time. So it's a well-timed call-off.
Yeah, her call-off so far, what I've seen this weekend, amazingly timed, just enough tiredness imposed on the other jammer.
So Rose City's got 4 lead jammers so far, Texas with 2 lead jammers, but Texas with a 1-point edge. It speaks to their execution and Rose's penalties.
Rose's penalties, speaking of which, one blocker on the track right now, 415 Jennings, all by her lonesome. Texas takes advantage of that. Lead jammer there for Barbie Got Back.
Barbie got back very quickly. Jammer already cycled to the back, and Genevieve Moore gets around on the outside for her initial pass very quickly.
Barbie Got Back, ducks to the outside, dodges back to the outside, trying to beat that 2-wall. Calls off the jam and called it just in the nick of time.
I like seeing 2 sharp teams play. 5 points on that. She did get the jammer lap point.
I think she got it.
Yeah.
So just picked that up and a goose egg for Rose City.
Just as Rose City's creeping up on the firing squad, they jump out a little bit ahead. And everybody's in the penalty box right now. We got a team timeout called for the firing squad.
Both these teams, yeah, as you said, Jake, in penalty trouble to start this off. We got a full penalty box for blockers right now. You don't see that near as much with the 30-second penalties, but you're seeing it right here and right now.
They're trying for it. Well, this was one of King's key to the games for Rose City, and I think he knows them well, that staying on the track is always an opportunity for them, and he called it, and it's the main reason the Texans are holding out the edge despite the number of lead jams. That was the first score for Texas in 5 jams, it looks like. Noticeably because, they had not a lot to defend them.
It's true. They a lot of defense out there too. Amazing work so far for both these teams. With the amount of skaters that have been in the box, the players on the floor have had to work twice as hard to contain the jammers, and so far have been. We're just about 9.5 minutes into this game and 20-26.
Bloody Mary on the track there, jamming number 101 now for the firing squad.
All right, a micro mini pack. 2-on-2.
Is there an echo? And that's Amber Costado, lead jammer, number K2 for Rose City.
1701, Shaolin Spocker with some great defensive work on Bloody Mary there.
Shaolin Spocker going to separate the defense there for Amber Costado. Looks like she broke through at least one, so she should pick up 3 points. Yeah, she does, 3-0.
3-0 run against Bloody Mary. There's something you can tell your grandkids about. but great defense. I think that one primarily Shaolin Spocker can get the credit on that, holding Bloody Mary back till about a half lap behind, finally able to get out of the pack.
Yeah, Shaolin Spocker's offense, defense, transition, and awareness is always a pretty sharp thing. I'm a big fan of hers.
Barbie got back out there for the firing squad.
And it looks like Tess Yinger is going to be jamming now, number 503, and she's lead jammer around the outside.
Hot on her heels, though, Barbie got back, able to finally break through that Rose City wall. I think a cut call got made there on Whitney Griffin, so she'll go off, and that allowed her to get out of the pack.
Neat. I don't know if this was an accident or on purpose, but I kind of love it. So 2-0 there for Tess Yinger. Now, Tess Yinger hit the wall. Now, the rule is, if I'm not mistaken, it's multiple hands on the hips motions. You have to hit it at least twice or more.
Yes.
Before it gets called. So she hit one time, rests through a little bit of the pack, and then hits the second one, and then got. And I don't know if it was just a delayed reaction. She was like, "What?" and just happened to get the points as she got through. But maybe we just all discovered an awesome new trick.
It's true. That was beautiful to watch. A little official timeout, having them turn down the DJ just a little.
We're rocking too hard here in the Big O.
It's true. We have way too much party action.
So Rose City crept back in. Now Rose City hasn't led yet, but we're down to 1 point. So if Vishaka Sion can get lead jammer,
like she does.
And that's Babyface Assassin there.
Great work by Texas, though. Took everybody from Rose City, shoved them out of bounds. Giant open hole for Babyface Assassin to shoot through.
Beautiful transition offense. Vishaka Sion attacks the inside. How many points do they get? 2! That's all you need for a lead change there, Phil.
That's true. We got a lead change. Texas manager coming out to have some conversations.
It was a quick one. He's skipping.
I believe he's got one more question that didn't quite get answered. Rose City, though, doing the smart thing, coming out, finding out what he's asking questions about.
It's Captain Hannah Jennings there for the Axles of Annihilation.
So we've got a lead change. Rose City in the lead for the first time.
Genevieve Moore, number 243 pages there, lead jammer for Axles of Annihilation.
Centerfold manages to go around the outside, just squeak in the line for Texas out of the pack.
Both teams keeping their skaters out there. Nice offensive opening. 4-0, Genevieve Moore right through the middle.
Rose City just capitalizing on hit it and quit it as fast as they can and doing a great job now. That's why they're in the lead.
Rose City's had the last 4 lead jams in a row.
And that's why they're now at 31-26. Very defensive game so far, low scoring, about 12 minutes, 45 seconds in.
And Texas has been scoreless that time. So, Texas lead jammer, that's the name of the game right now.
Exactly, get your jammer out first. Uh-oh.
Peace War.
I didn't see what the call was. So she's going to go sit down, turning this into a power jam. Huge pile up there.
Lemon Stinger does not want Peace War to go. She's like, no, I'll miss you.
Oh, Lemon Stinger destroying the pack penalty on that. So 4-2 out there right now. And the power jam, the good old-fashioned Uber jam. And there goes Texas playing offense on the power jam. Gets Peace War straight through the inside line. 5 big points just as quick as you can.
I'm so glad to see that. That's what Texas needs to be doing. Capitalize on the power jam.
Sandy Ravage with a great opening there. Broke open the hole. And another 5 points on the board for Texas.
Well, looks like Emery Castaldo was able to sneak in there for initial pass to stop the bleeding. 4 points more picked up by Peace War. Texas taking over the lead 40 to Rose City's 31.
14 points. You got to love to see it. Texas says, all right, we'll pretend to stand here for a minute, and then charges forward, opens up a giant hole. Peace War takes advantage, does some quick laps, puts a quick 14 points up, and calls the jam. Texas back in the lead. We're not even halfway through this. Amazing action already.
And official timeout. Yeah, if they weren't playing the active offense, if they weren't making those attacks, if they weren't doing that, it would probably be like a 1 or 2 point bout right now. Which, like I say, take advantage of offense. It doesn't need to be push that lead.
Yeah, she would have gotten maybe 1 grand slam, be a close game right now, but instead she got the 2, picked up the 4, and could call it. Looks like we're catching up on an out-of-play penalty. Guessing didn't make it in time for the end of the last jam. So Rose City going to have only 3 blockers versus 4 for Texas.
It's going to be 243 Genevieve Moore jamming for Rose City.
Looks like Barbie got back out there for the Texas Roller Girls.
Barbie got net back, attacking the wall up front.
The wall holds. She shoves her out of bound into All in Your Grill.
Alicia Nisbet-Smith is picked off by Centerfold, making the opening there.
On the outside, she manages to hold that line, and Barbie got back, shoots to the outside. Now back in the pack, lead jammer. Tries to go inside, gets shut down by Hannah Jennings.
Centerfold there going for the defense there, but Genevieve Moore finally gets around there for her initial pass.
Great defensive work by Rose City. Whitney Griffin, quarterback in that play, knocks her out of bounds, but still 4 more points for Texas, and they call the jam.
Well, we told them they'd start getting lead jammer, and they listened.
That's nice. It's nice. They finally got those earpieces.
Yeah, just halfway through this first period, so plenty of time to go on here.
And Vishaka Sion on the jammer line for Rose City. It's number 808.
Looks like babyface assassin for Texas.
It looks, much needed lead jammer here for Vishaka Sion. Texas has had 18 points in the last 2 jams, so they need to stop the bleeding here. And there's Vishaka Sion's opportunity.
Making it back into the pack before babyface assassin can make it out. Again, great work there by Lemon Stinger, forcing her out and forcing her to go way, way back.
Now, Rose City just holding on to the defense there because Vishaka Sion is only getting points on this scoring pass. Still the initial pass for babyface assassin, number 410.
If they can keep her contained. Looks like Lemon Stinger headed off to the penalty box. I'm going to guess a multiplayer block or a clockwise.
Out of play warned in the front.
And there it's called.
That's Ruby Ring with the out of play call, and that's 5 points for Vishaka Sion.
Babyface assassin finally out of the pack, but great work by Rose City, keeping her stuck in the pack for 1 whole minute.
That was Jenna Spreck last line of defense there. Vishaka gets through, calls it off in the nick of time. 4 more points on that. This is a great bout, Phil.
Sion, just amazing. Every time knows exactly where the other jammer is.
It looks like Vishaka Sion has been 4 for 4 for lead jammer.
And every time calling it off just before the other jammer get into the back of the pack.
Very effective.
Great sight out there on the track.
For all you nerds out there, she's going to have a great plus-minus differential.
Ladies and gentlemen, a mistake by Texas. Bloody Mary had the star in her hand but was not on the track when the whistle blew. Texas will not have a jammer for this jam.
We'll see how aware of this Rose City is. Now they can capitalize. They should go 2 minutes here. There's no reason not to go 2 minutes.
Just keep scoring. It's the longest power jam you'll have.
Especially with the new rules.
Unless your jammer does
Screaming
something.
Beaver's going to pick up a back block. No, it's a good call.
That was a good call, and that's going to end it for him.
Yeah, I saw that in slow motion, and so as soon as she sits, that will call the jam dead, and then we'll reset a new jammer. It's such a golden opportunity wasted. You have the opportunity to get 2 minutes of scoring unopposed. You have to treat that back carefully. She came in right on the back, and so that was.
And that also, though, even though it started a power jam for this next jam, Rose City in the lead by 3 points now. So Rose City able to get that working for them, except bad ending to it. Came into the pack just a little bit too hot, but now a power jam for Peace War.
Peace War pushes out 20 feet very quickly. She's not going to have as much time to power jam.
And this time, Texas trying to hold one in the back, do a little contain. Peace War stuck by herself.
It's Alicia Nisbet-Smith and Griffin out there holding on to her. Nice defense out there.
Good bridging action by Rose City on that, knowing exactly where they were on the track.
Screaming Beaver is back on her initial pass there. Very on the line hit there from Peace War, but like right within the shoulder area on that takedown.
That's all it's got to be, and it was a nice hard hit, opened a hole. Now she's at the front, finally makes it through. That's going to be another 5 points. Texas back in the lead.
I thought you were going to say Texas, back. I swore that was coming. Peace War going in for one other attack. She gets caught behind Griffin. One more point picked up. One more point picked up by Peace War on that, taking the lead back.
So 55-47.
So she had 11 on that last jam there for Peace War.
Good jam by Peace War. And looks like Rose City taking a timeout.
Yep, first team timeout for Rose City.
Good time for a timeout, though. I think you're getting about 2/3 of the way done through the first period.
It looks like Herman Munster's working on something, or it looks like he was talking to everybody. He has a game plan he wants to put together for them.
Does it involve a Dragula?
It might.
Sorry.
Sorry. I like the flow of this bout. This is a great bout. Very competitive, going back and forth, constant adjustments being made, high execution play. I really like what I'm seeing from both these teams. I got to be honest, this bodes very well. I think for Texas tonight, looking at Texas and Rose City for later, the biggest opportunity for Rose City is staying on the track. The biggest opportunity for Texas is capitalizing on offensive opportunities. And if they weren't going to do that, I thought it was going to be a very tight game. But if they do that, and like they've been doing here with the firing squad, and Rose City can stay on the track, then I think Texas is going to have, I think it's going to err to Texas's favor tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they'd have an easier time of it by a long shot, but it probably will work out better. That game, folks, that will be on at 7 o'clock Pacific time.
There's some incoming stats. Rose City with 10 lead jams and Texas with 6. Bloody Mary 101 out there jamming for the firing squad. And that defense from Rose City really holding down on her.
Looks like Genevieve Moore out there jamming for Rose City, taking a lot of hits to the outside, but clutches and crawls her way into the middle. Lead jammer, Rose City.
Virgo Vengeful with a lot of great defensive hits on her.
Bloody Mary dragging out to 20 feet, finally through on her initial pass. Moore, though, gets to the front of the pack and calls off the jam, picks up all 4. Now, here's something you don't see a whole lot. Rose City with the edge on lead jammer, now 11-6, but Texas with the lead on points.
Yeah, it's that probably comes down to penalties right there. I think that's penalty numbers. Texas a little bit cleaner on the track, less power jams as well.
Also, Texas has managed to make a couple of passes where Rose City is more hit it and quit it, pick your 4, and shut the door behind you.
Yeah, Texas will capitalize on penalties. Let that be a lesson. Barbie got back, pushing out 20 feet, quickly gets around Tess Yinger for lead jammer.
Oh, but Castaldo, K2 shooting around the outside, got moving fast. No one could catch up to her. Now the pack starts tearing away.
I love the offense. Immediately Texas go for the trap, and then Castaldo goes for the leap through. It looks like they're going to want to trade points here.
Big hits all around. They managed to stop Castillo momentarily. Another big hit coming in from Sandy Ravage, the macho woman.
She finally finds an opening in the inside, and just as Barbie got back, was looking for a jammer lap point. We do have everybody on the track, so it looks like Texas will call it.
And just as you say that, 3:22, Jenna Spleck heading off to the penalty box for Rose City.
So they were at a blocker disadvantage. They ran the time off the clock to get rid of the blocker disadvantage, and they come in with the blocker advantage because of it. With Peace War on the line, number 404 for Texas in black.
Looks like Vishasha Sion out there for Rose City.
Barbie got back 4 for 5 on lead jammers for Texas, so that's working out well for them.
Very impressed with her out there today. Been putting on a great show.
Peace War out lead jammer. She can get past the 3-wall, no problem. Very quick lead jammer. Vishaka Sion getting a little offense right away. Springs her as well.
Both jammers racing up to the pack. Sion putting on some speed to try and hit that backpack. She does. Oh, amazing hit there by 365 Copernicus.
And that's 2-0 favoring Rose City. I knew Peace War was going to go for it. You know, they're going up. We talked about it earlier. It was like she wants those points. At times, she got the hit, and it didn't pay out for her.
Yeah, big hit there by Copernicus to neutralize the Texas jammer.
We spent almost this whole bout in single-digit deficits either side. That's so cool.
We had maybe got to 20 at the highest point, but amazing work by both these teams. Official timeout being taken. I'm wondering if perhaps there's going to be a review.
Okay, it's an official timeout.
And it is an official review.
That's
I saw
Tejas.
the O signal.
I bet it was. I don't know what that could be.
I'm going to bet it's going to be if Texas's jammer managed to pick up any points. They probably, and I'm guessing and speculating here, but I'm guessing that they felt that she came into the pack, did, yes, get hip checked out of bounds, but should have passed at least one set of hips on the way out. We'll find out the official story here momentarily when Bipolar Lola tells us all about it.
Now, last year, that might have been like, do you really want to put a review on that? But this year with the new rule set, if you can get that in your favor, it's worth it, especially if you're sitting on one more. Looks like Vishaka Sion has scored every time she is jammed, lead or not. She's always putting points on there.
Amazing.
Probably put her in a pretty high rotation.
Yeah, I would probably staple the jammer panty to her helmet at this point in time.
Just sit down when you get back. Sit down when you get back. Genevieve Moore's going to go out next. Bloody Mary 101. Okay, I'm going to editorialize a little bit. I was a little surprised to see Bloody Mary on the roster for the B team, considering she was WFTDA Person of the Year last year. Very high-profile player. Looks like we're about to get the official review. So I was going to say, well, that's a little stacking the deck there. But Rose City Defender's able to hold her every time she's jammed. So I'm like, okay, I'm wrong.
All right, so we've had some technical malfunctions with our microphone on the infield, but thank you to Mike Hammer to come over and explain it to us. Call on the track stands, and it was a points discussion.
Yep.
So Texas using their review in the first period, try and get some more points on the board, but no dice, so they do not get the bonus review.
Do not get the bonus. We have 6 minutes and change left in the first period. I'm okay with that call, with that review.
It's a good review to take. Any points that you can get at this point are going to help down the road.
Pile up from Copernicus and Griffin there. I shouldn't have said that about Mary not getting lead jammer because now she does.
Right. Oh, looks like 13-13. Whitney Griffin took a blow to the face. Fortunately, she's right back up and right back on him. Looks like somebody got away with one or her own teammate.
She was holding on to Copernicus there, though. Bloody Mary quickly jumps through. Jenna Sprecht at the end there calls it off 4-3.
Nice work by Rose City to catch up. And the quote I heard about Bloody Mary was that she was looking to block, but I haven't seen her blocking much yet out there.
Well, I know she didn't play the Kansas City bout. And if you're coming all this way to play Derby, might as well play Derby. So I get that. I totally get that.
Redwood Rollers.
66-60 right now. Texas just with the slimmest of leads.
Tess Yinger jamming out there for this. I believe there's only her second jam as a jammer for Rose City.
Oh, feet moving. I can't say that enough. Just kept her feet moving the entire time. Danced towards the inside line, pops out, lead jammer.
Babyface Assassin got out right behind her thanks to her firing squad.
And calls it off 3-2, I believe.
I think that was 3-2. Slight advantage.
Rose City closing that gap 1 point at a time. But 25 minutes in, 68-63 on the scoreboard right now.
That just speaks to the incredible defense of both these teams, and like I said earlier, both the programs.
Yeah, both these teams have amazing systems that you can see followed over. A lot of hard hits, but a lot of containment. Just contain the jammers, and both these teams doing that so far. A relatively defensive game.
404 Peace War, I love her tenacity. I love her fight. She's a fun jammer to watch.
Oh, and then K2 Amber Castillo gonna go off for the cut. Forced to the outside there by, I believe that was number 86, Sandy Ravage.
Oh, yeah. So I know Peace War is going to love this opportunity. Lead jammer now. She really capitalized on the last power jam she had.
4-2 pack advantage for Texas right now.
That's going to be points just as Rose City creeps up. Peace War is going to make this easy. She's already got a little momentum.
No pack declared, no penalty called on that though.
Look at that defense!
Hannah Jennings with amazing defense. Finally,
goodness.
Peace War pushes her out to 20 feet, but only one scoring pass on the power jam as Costello out of the penalty box now and coming into the pack where she gets annihilated with a hit.
Man, could this whole bout just be Peace War going up against Hannah Jennings?
Oh, amazing. Sideshow Ho with a huge bout there on her hit on Costello.
And it looks like an out of play was called on Hannah Jennings, so no more fun.
Boom.
All defense on Amber Castaldo right now, and the initiative fully with Texas right now, fully with Peace War. She's got Monica Geigel up there, Copernicus, and Schallensbacher, so she ain't going to make that easy.
No, she gets drug out. They do the train all the way to the back. Another blocker going off for Rose City. How you like that? One goes in, another comes out.
Two. It looks like that was a multiplayer on Copernicus. I didn't see the one on Schallensbacher.
And another 5 points for Peace War. And Texas now with a 20-point lead.
That has to be the biggest lead of the bout so far. Huge opportunity that Texas Firing Squad capitalized on.
Old habits die hard. Speaking of which, now Rose City just a constant parade to the penalty box in the last jam or so, not helping their cause at all.
That was one of King's keys to the bout.
And that's why he's the king and you're not.
Prince Jake. Oh, it looks like
Does that make me Archduke Dirt?
What's your new name? I don't know if they took the official timeout due to looks like a little medical assistant on the bench. I don't know if that was the issue, if that's why they called the official timeout.
I'm going to guess Rose City asking for a review here because both coaches and captains are out.
That is Philip McCrevis.
Philip McCrevis, shave your beard. And I'm also told to take the rest as many times as possible.
Here comes Mike Hammer to tell us what's what. All right, our attending EMTs are busy attending, so we have no attending EMTs. Bout can't continue until we have an EMT on site. So an official timeout by Pololoa, explaining that to both the captains and coaches. Well, one of the captains, both the coaches.
Seems friendly. Well, Texas taking advantage of that situation. Penalties being the thing for Rose City right now. Execution-wise, both teams pretty even. The advantage for Texas has been Rose City's penalties. The advantage for Rose City is the consistency with lead jammer when they have everyone out there. That's what's been keeping this bout close. But the penalty go round on that last jam, plus the power jam, plus the tenacity that is Peace War, able to open this up for the firing squad.
Peace War just been churning out there, point after point. Just, you can't stop her.
Dude, that battle with Hannah Jennings, the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object out there, that's just good theater.
That was fantastic right there. I could watch that all day. I'm with you.
I'm sure we'll get a chance to see that again. I'm sure.
Yeah, this won't be the last time we see either of those skaters. All right, EMT's coming back. Just a bag of ice in their hands, so that's usually a good sign. They taped an aspirin to it, rubbed some dirt on it, and gave him a salt tablet.
That is an inappropriate thing to say about yourself.
Well, yeah.
Texas has 5 out of the last 7 lead jams. So you see that turnaround. Rose City dominating it earlier. Now Texas is taking it. Again, the penalties are going to be a big part of that.
Well, and Texas behind on lead jams early, but still ahead on the scoreboard. So penalties, of course, a big effect. Now that they're actually getting lead jammer and staying out of penalty trouble, Rose City finds themselves down by 20.
Well, that's Derby fundamentals. If you have 2 evenly matched teams, those are the only 2 actual advantages you can take is numbers and lead. There you have it. That's Barbie got back, wrestling for the outside around. Hannah Jennings gets dropped back. No pack is assessed.
Very briefly. Sion trying to fight her way through that Texas 3-wall. Texas clamping down. I believe we're going to see, a multiplayer block there on Virgo Vengeful. She'll go sit down.
Centerfold went for a little offense, but despite the 4-2 disadvantage, Vishaka Sion gets lead jammer.
And coming up to get that lap point, she picked it up. Sion shooting into the pack. Huge pile-up defense, Texas.
And finally, Barbie got back, gets around the outside of Hannah Jennings, which is a dangerous path to take.
Oh, and a huge pile-up. I think we're going to see a low block called. Yes, we are on 8-12, cease and desist.
4-2 on that last pass, I believe.
So a big points. Rose City needs a few more of those.
Yeah.
Getting rewarded on her bench by the teammates, saying good work.
Okay, you know what I like? I like gangster lineups. I like seeing that Hannah Jennings is staying out there as a defensive asset for the Axles of Annihilation.
Oh, great defensive work, but no dice. Lead jam, Rose City, 2-4-3.
And you got to give up for Genevieve Moore for keeping her skates in bounds on that attack. There's 1-1 Bloody Mary, making her initial pass there past the 4th wall.
Moore comes into the pack, gets spiraling out of control, and takes a check off her own teammate, Sprecht, to bounce back down the straightaway, calls off the jam, 4-0 Rose City. I don't know if you can practice that move, but it worked beautifully.
Looks like Amber Castaldo's back out there, number K24. Axles of Annihilation. White. And Secret Jammer for the firing squad. That's the mother of all cuts there for Amber Castaldo.
Centerfold out there jamming for Texas. Now on a power jam. Again, penalties the story for Rose City.
Well, Amber should not have taken any chances on that. Both feet were totally in bounds. You got to build that muscle memory to go back if you step out even a little bit.
Well, Centerfold having a heck of a time trying to get out. Hasn't made it out of the pack yet.
Copernicus with the inside hit and the drawback there.
Still fighting. Finally gets around the outside, picks up lead jammer. but 45 seconds of the jam gone, and Castaldo already standing in the penalty box.
So technically no score on that power jam. I mean, she'll get points here.
And she should pick up the jammer point as she came in behind her.
Absolutely.
Multiplayer block again for Rose City.
So it should be 5. Yeah, there's 5. And another opportunity is the firing squad doing great defense on Amber Castaldo there.
Rose City finally starting to play some offense. Still bonused by that out of the pack. Now completes her initial pass.
Wide open outside lane, open up for centerfold. She gets around. She's probably going to get 3 of those. All 4 points there. 9 points on that power jam.
I believe the most forward blocker was out of play at the end of that. So she gets that as a not in play point.
Have you ever thought about reffing, Phil?
I thought about it, but you know, some of those guys are kind of...
They get too much respect.
Yes. I love each and every one of them in their own special way. All right, so we're at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Texas 94, Rose City 71.
Good ending there for Texas. Nice taking the momentum into the second half for that. Rose City, it's very simple. Yeah, the next 10 minutes of their life should be discussing keeping it cool and staying on the track.
Exactly. Texas, I think, keep what you're doing. It's working well.
Yeah.
They're getting some big advantages when Rose City goes to the box, but their game plan seems to be working. Up by the largest lead so far, 23 points.
Well, this is what we know Texas is going to do. We know Texas is going to capitalize. We know they're going to take those lead jams, and we know they're going to push the power jams. And now we know they're going to play offense when those power jams come. The only real opportunity for Texas is should Rose make those adjustments and stay on the track, you're going to have those first pass plays in your pocket.
Exactly, and they'll have to, I think if we see Rose City manage to contain their penalties, we're going to see a lot of 1-0s, 4-0s, a lot more cutting it off, but still they got a lot of work to do on the penalties front. I know the King will be checking out how many penalties people here will pass out information on to you here at the second half. But right now, I'm Phil Dirt.
I'm just Jake.
We'll see you here in just a few minutes. All right, we're back, folks. Phil Dirt, just Jake. We're going to throw it over to the King for a little analysis before we get going to the second period.
Well, this has been a real interesting game, and it's lived up to actually both teams are doing what I said they need to do. Rose City right now, here's the problem. They're sitting at 24 penalties. Texas has played clean. They only have 7. The lead jammers are almost even. Rose City's got 14. There's 11 for Texas as for lead jammers. Power jams also playing a role. Texas has had 4-0 for Rose City. The scores right now, Babyface is with 20, Peace War is with 33, and Barbie has got 22. Moore, who had a great game yesterday, is only at 15 points. Yogi has 24, scoring every time she has been out there, but scoring very small. And Beaver, who's only had 2 jams, has racked up 18 points. Going back to what I said, Texas has contained the jammer, and every time they haven't got lead jammer, they have gotten their jammer out immediately by playing some great offense. Right now, Rose City's got to focus on staying out of the box and staying on the track if they plan on keeping in this game.
Thanks, King. Exactly. We're seeing 12 whole minutes in the penalty box for Rose City.
Quick clarification, that is Yogi is the short term for Vishaka Sion, number 808. Her home team name is You're Gonna Be Sorry, and Yogi for short. So just to clear that
and
up.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
I've heard that somewhere.
That's what Duke always used to tell me.
I couldn't resist giving King a hard time about that.
All right, 23 points, largest lead so far for Texas.
Well, we got Genevieve Moore on the line there, taking on Barbie Got Back, 4-3 blocker advantage. Hannah Jennings, who will probably be just blocking the rest of them out, I'm sure.
Why change what's working?
Yeah.
Rose City starting with 1 blocker in the box, but standing already. So a very brief 4-3 pack advantage.
Nice work from Barbie Got Back, just making her own opening through that wall for lead jammer.
Managed to get his shoulder on Jennings so she couldn't stop her this time. Probably tired of getting hit by her.
That's fair. Genevieve Moore able to push out 20 feet for her initial pass.
Barbie got back, though, in the pack. Good containment at the front, but out of play declared. See if she gets the
3-1. 3-1.
4.
4-1 there. 4-1.
Yeah, pushed them all out. Good communication between the officials there. Rasputin saying, no, they were out of play. So All on Your Grill throws up 4 in the sky.
Biggest lead of the night for Texas here. And Peace War up at the line once again, 4-0-4 for the Texas Firing Squad.
And managed to bust her own hole on the inside. Lead jammer for Texas Firing Squad. Oh!
Tess Yinger taking down one at a time. Number 503 gets her initial pass.
Peace War finally coming up to the back of the pack. Took a little spill over in turn 4.
Sideshow Ho, a great offense there. 3-2. So last couple of scoring passes, everybody's scoring.
That takes Texas over the century mark, 101-74. Texas just starting to pull away. And another Rose City skater in the sin bin. So Texas only 7 penalties, 3.5 minutes out there versus 12 whole minutes for Rose City in the first half.
And now, I think that's 13, 12 and a half for 13 there. Oh, taking a hit on the outside. Her foot just goes barely out of bounds. So centerfold goes all the way back, as does Vishaka Sion.
Both jammers having to recycle and reset.
And nice spread out defense, but around the outside, centerfold gets lead jammer.
Vishaka Viano making it out of the pack, hot on her heels.
So Vishaka has scored every time she's jammed, and she holds. She's going to get at least all, she has to get all 4 out of that pass.
Now making her own hole on the inside, finally gets shot down at the front of the pack.
Alicia Nisbet-Smith with a little bit of an offensive screen there. Opens it up for 4 points for Vishaka Sion. Centerfold calls it with 3.
Oh, only picked up the 3rd, never got to the front of the pack. So that's going to be advantage Rose City on that.
Doesn't even need lead jammer.
Amazing work out there.
Put the jammer cap back on her. Genevieve Moore back on the line there.
Babyface assassin up against her for Texas. Nobody in the penalty box right now, so we've got all the blockers on the floor.
Genevieve attacking the inside there. Nice little screen there set by Lemon Stinger, and powers through the inside past 101 Bloody Mary. Lead jammer Genevieve Moore.
Oh, great defensive work right now by Rose City. Big pile up at the front though. Low block coming. Texas now getting in penalty trouble. 4-3 pack advantage. Oh.
Out of play warned. They got to let Babyface Assassin go.
Back block there on Genevieve Moore. So she's going to go to the penalty box. Babyface Assassin on a power jam just as she's getting back up to the pack.
Well, at least for Rose City fans, all 4 skaters are out there now.
Right now.
All right, so it looks like they're trying to pick off Lemon Stinger for the goat. That leaves
Lemon Stinger, though, just ducks her way back up and starts blocking again. Again, great defensive work there by Sideshow Ho. Offensive work. Tries to open a hole, but Rose City closes it. Lemon Stinger with another big hit.
Gets caught up there a little bit, but you got Hetty Stevens, Shaolin Spocker, and, of course, Hannah Jennings out there in front defending that power jam the entire time.
Nice work, and here comes 4 big points for Rose City shooting out.
And it looks like a jammer handoff to 101 Bloody Mary of the Texas Firing Squad.
Texas Firing Squad. Oh! Lemon Stinger with a huge hit.
Another back block there for Genevieve Moore. That's her second this jam, another power jam, and that's going to be 5 points for Bloody Mary of the Texas Firing Squad.
See how well Rose City's defense can do this time. They did a fantastic job shutting that down. And again, another great job shutting it down.
Ruby Ring winning for a little bit of offense there. Lemon Stinger going on the defense.
And then time expires. Only 3 points picked up on that. Great work defensively by the blockers. Unfortunate couple of power jams handed off, but damage minimized. Rose City also keeping all of their blockers on the track through both of those.
Yeah, and that was the important factor there. That's how they limited the damage there. Texas B team pushing up 116, 82s for Rose B. That's 34 points. Not insurmountable, but slowly creeping away from Rose. They're going to need jammers out there in order to do this.
And more out of the box goes the long way around. Centerfold out there for Texas.
Oh, she finds an opening around the outside.
Just as Moore gets to the inside, takes a big hit there.
Defense resets in the back for the Rose City. Copernicus and Hannah Jennings with the drop to the outside. Someone got a direction of play there. That is Copernicus, who's already spent a lot of time in the penalty box.
Jennings opening up a hole, but it accidentally opened it up for Centerfold. So she's running around the outside, 4 more points.
Alicia Nisbet-Smith with a over hit there, taking herself out. So that's going to be 5 more points for Centerfold.
Oh, Centerfold somehow finds purchase through the center of the pack, shoots through, grand slam, Texas firing squad. Texas firing on all cylinders right now.
Genevieve Moore hit to the inside, step back in safely. That's the initial pass, and Centerfold's going to call it after wrestling through.
Another 4 points, huge jam for Texas. Couple of huge jams in a row for Texas. Firing squad are firing.
That's 16 in this half for Centerfold so far. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's been a power jam for Rose City yet.
I don't believe so. Great penalty control so far for Texas in this entire bout, keeping their skaters on the floor. Oh, big hole opened up there by number 503.
Tess Yinger doing work there.
Tess Yinger likes to block her way out, did so.
Nice hit there from Peace War on Challenge Spocker to make that opening.
Oh, coming around full speed is Peace War. Blasts open the center of that wall, and another 4 points thrown on the board for Texas.
It looks like Tessinger attacking the inside. Tess thought she was lead jammer.
Tess is lead jammer.
Okay, now I'm confused.
Me too. She tried to call it off. Nothing happened. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
And that was, 2 to 4 there picked up on that one after the call off.
So I believe Tess Yinger did try and call it off while she was on the floor, but probably behind the entire teams on the track. Jam ref couldn't see it. Can't call what you can't see.
So this is a little dangerous. It's been a while. We're saying Amber Castaldo on there. Rough first half. She gave up 3 of the power jams that Texas had out there.
But
so they're putting her back out there. Hopefully she's had a little break and she can start off without picking up any penalties, but it might be very dangerous.
And right now they have to try and, big pile up.
Sandy ravaged there.
Castaldo taking a leg to the head on that one. EMT is rushing out to take a look at her.
She's up and at him. Looks like they ring her bell a little bit, but she's moving. That's really good to see. She'll have to take 3 jams off.
As she was falling, one of the Rose City skaters, and I don't know who it was skating in her direction and just ran shin first into the side of her head. Hopefully she'll be all right. Couple of aspirin and get her back.
Texas pulling away. We got 20 minutes, 41 seconds, 141 to 86. This is a 50 Math is hard. 55-point bout here, favoring them. I think one of the things we have to see from Rose City, I mean, the blockers sustain on the track very well right now. I think Vishaka Sion has to be every other right now. We got a 4-2 blocker advantage. This is huge for them. Sion can get through, get that lead jammer consistently, put up points consistently. They're gonna have to be ruthless with her and put her in every other, at least at this point.
Texas, something you haven't seen a lot of from them. 2 blockers in the box to start this off. I don't know that we've seen that.
The last time we saw that was 2 Rose City skaters in the box at the same time. So we got 42 points in the half for Texas.
Huge half, 9 minutes and a half-ish in.
And only 14 for Rose City.
Raipoloa talking to Herman Munster over on the sideline.
They're saying something to...
I've got a feeling low block was called on that when she fell down, but when the jam was called on her behalf because of the injury, wouldn't she have to sit out for 3 jams, so you'd have to throw someone else in the penalty box, I would think.
Yeah, that's my understanding is it would have to be, yeah, she's not supposed to skate. There we go. So Vishaka Sion is going to go sit the low block penalty.
Well,
for her, there you go. Okay, she's heading back. So yeah, Vishaka Sion is going to sit the penalty for her. Will not reflect on Vishaka Sion, but because like you said, it was called dead, so Castaldo has to sit out.
Yes, that was a low block penalty. One of the Texas players did trip over. That's one of those heartbreakers where you get knocked down and go sprawling. You can only fall so small, but she bowling balled some feet out from underneath her on that play. So, but still a 4-2 pack advantage right now. Rose City has been good historically in this game, containing that, dragging it out as long as possible. They'll need to continue doing that.
They only have 2 blockers out there. They're going offense, so they're pushing the speed there, and Barbie got back, quickly gets the jammer.
9 seconds into the jam, manages to tear down. Rose City gonna have to hold that a lot better now. And does not. Hop, skip, and a jump through the apex.
Got to the inside of, Alicia Nisbet-Smith. Very, very quick scoring pass, and that's what you want out of a power jam.
Starting to put out the bridge, but not slowing her down hardly at all. And
out of play is drawn because now the jammer can still engage in outside of the engagement zone. And it looks like out of play was warned, and then she went into, I believe it was Monica Geigel, number 7, who she went into. Right. And there you go, initial pass.
And this is the first power jam for Rose City we've seen.
The entire bout.
And this is the most, a giant wide open lane, ladies and gentlemen. 5 big points put up just as easy as I can say them.
That was a return for the other easy one that Barbie got back at earlier.
Barbie got back, though, out of the pack. Must have came in just ahead of the engagement zone.
Nice, nice timing there. So no lead jammer. It's a battle for points here. Nice defense from Alicia Nisbet-Smith and Hannah Jennings there.
So I think both these teams now a little upset about how easy they let the jammers through before, making up for it. Texas's blockers out of play at the back. Sion able to come back in, trying to make her way through.
Dolores Fuentes and B Money there. Great 2-wall on Vishaka Sion.
Centerfold putting some great blocks on. Number 77 in black.
Monica Geigel trying to get back there and help out Vishaka Sion. I believe that continues her. And another heavy hit. Looks like someone else is down. I can't see on the other side there.
Don't like it when I see the EMTs this busy at all.
No, they should be the most bored people in the building in an ideal situation.
Couple of big hits over there, though. Still not sure who's down.
I see Barbie got back sitting over there. So I don't know if it's her. She's talking to the person who's down. And no, Barbie got back was just sitting. Well, to belabor the obvious, both these teams are fighting hard for this bout. It's a symbolic fight for what's to come here, and fighting for the programs here. Now that Texas has pushed it away a little bit, Rose City's going to be fighting a lot harder, and Texas is going to respond to that.
Texas following their game plan perfectly. Up by 47. Rose City chipped a little bit of it away. Well, Rose City's going to have to get their game plan back in effect. Oh, I hate to see the stretcher getting pulled out. But better safe than sorry when it comes to the safety and health and well-being of the players.
Looks like the King went and checked that out, so he will have word to us very soon.
We'll get an update here momentarily. If you're just joining us, there's an injury on the track. We're unsure of the player. We'll find out here momentarily.
All right, so we have word on the injury. It's Jenna Specht from Rose City, Axles of Annihilation. Sounds like it was, the hit was on the far end, so we didn't get a good look at it, but it sounded like it was incidental where she got hit, took a fall, but she landed on someone else's skate, and then landed backwards. So that's why they're being very cautious with the EMTs there. So they're going to make sure everything is okay moving on. But yeah, that's the word on the impact. And
yeah, they are placing her on the brace, and we'll be wheeling her out shortly.
if I know her, she's probably making a lot of inappropriate jokes about it. She does that. She's good at that.
Good. Hopefully she'll be all right and make a comeback. And
1836 is occasionally those moments that teams rally around.
That's true. The win one for the Gipper moments. We'll see if Rose City can use this as inspiration.
Yeah, I will say I hope this is the last we see of the EMTs for the rest of this bout.
Yes. Hell, rest of the tournament I'm good without seeing them.
Yeah.
Aside from walking by and saying hi.
Yeah, I want to see them on the side, hanging out. Like the Maytag repairman.
Exactly.
Big O sponsored you by Maytag. No, that's not true at all.
Sponsored to you by Gordon Wendt. You may know him from WKRB in Cincinnati.
Deep cut there. Deep cut.
In the immortal words of Peter Sellers, I like to watch TV.
Well, 7 minutes. Feels like an eternity. We will talk about some of the other good things coming up tonight.
Well, I do have one fun fact before we get to that, though.
Hit me.
So Texas Firing Squad, their first ever bout was actually against the Axles of Annihilation back in 2012. Back in Texas, and that's what I know. So what I know tonight we have Rose City Rollers versus Texas Texecutioners. So that should be one monster of a bout right there.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun to watch. Again, we're getting the preview right here. So, lesson for Wheels of Justice: stay on the track.
We have Aldriki taking on Sac City. That's going to be at 7:30. Aldriki with that surprising win over Tucson this morning.
Yeah, that was a great bout. That was kind of Aldriki made the push. Tucson made all the adjustments. You can't ask for better coming out of halftime to see a team completely turn around on someone. Made all the adjustments, pushed it back, and then Aldriki put it on the afterburners in the last 5 jams and closing it out. But really, really, really fun bout.
Yeah, amazing bout. We also have in junior action, Santa Cruz Grom Shells are taking on the Lava City Cinder Kittens. That should be a fun bout. That one's at 5 o'clock.
Next on this track, we have Emerald City, our beloved hosts, taking on Humboldt.
Should be a good bout right there.
It's a nice matchup. And then at 5 o'clock on this track, we have Philly versus KC.
Kansas City stumbling a little bit.
They're having a hard weekend. They're taking on, they're a great squad. They got a great program. They just lost a couple of players, and they're taking on high-level teams. So that's
Texas, the highest-ranked team at this tournament. Just a brutal bout earlier the Warriors were involved in.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Kansas City are actually taking on the 3 highest ranked.
I believe you're right. Not an easy
teams.
weekend. Tough schedule for Kansas City. Sac City versus Terminal City.
I tell you what, Kansas City, rest of the season, it's going to feel like a breeze. They are going to be so prepared for all the competition moving forward, especially, I think it's a safe bet that we're going to see him at one of the playoffs. So especially going into playoffs, nothing's gonna
unless they've set up a home and home with Gotham or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's next weekend.
Yeah.
So give you some more updated stats here for in the half there. Rose City with 2 lead jams, Texas with 5 lead jams, so they've turned that way around. Power jams, 6 power jams in the game so far for Texas, 0 for Rose City. Oh, with the one, but it canceled. It was an offset one, so it was like 6-1 or 47 points in the half here for Texas and 24 in the half for Rose.
So if you just are joining us, tuning in on WFTDA.tv, injury on the track right now. They are in the process of removing her. Bad fall after a legal hit. We will get
Jenna Specht, I can only guess at all the funny things she sings right now.
So we will be back to the action here momentarily. That is why we are having the official timeout. Kokishi takes on Arizona later tonight. Track 2.
Arizona having a good weekend so far. And
So far.
Kokishi getting an education. You know, when you come out to these events, it used to be these events, these weekend events where all these teams are meeting each other were great for teams that just kind of have gotten started to develop their game. Now what it's turning into is international teams coming in to develop their game and to gain rankings opportunities. So we're seeing a lot of that. So watching the international game is really, really fun, and it's great that those teams get the opportunity to play this level of competition and develop for when they go back to kick even more tail than they were.
Exactly. Look at Victorian Roller Derby last year coming to the Big O, having a great weekend, and then carrying that into Salem at the WFTDA playoffs.
We're giving some big love to Jenna Specht, who is putting her fingers in the air, a.k.a. Fashionista, a.k.a. creator of all things fancy, a.k.a. designer of the Wheels of Justice logos, a.k.a. super funny lady, a.k.a. you're welcome, a.k.a. we're going to see her soon,
She'll be
a.k.a.
back.
dancing all the dances.
All right, we'll get her up and dancing in time for the after party tomorrow at least. Just precaution right there. Want to make sure on the side of safe and safety instead of not so much. So we'll get back on with the action here in just a few minutes.
All right.
All right, so we're now seeing a review asked for to start this off.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the hit on Jenna Specht.
That would probably be a good guess.
That's number 322 for you at home.
We'll find out for sure.
Don't have
here
the rosters
momentarily.
right in front of you. Yeah, 322 for Rose City Jenna Specht, who, a.k.a. Fashionista.
Folks, if you're having trouble with your feed, head to thebigotournament.com. That's thebigotournament.com. From what I understand, WFTDA.tv is having trouble with their feed. That was just in. I got a note.
It's official. I like seeing the friendly coach banter in there. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe for a bout. It's a very competitive bout, but there's rivalries and then there's not, and then
There's not heated rivalries here. We have a good-natured rivalry. These teams go back a ways. Getting the information for what this review was about from Mike Hammer. All right, so call on the floor stands.
So it was that one we saw earlier when I think I pointed it out and you were like, they must have been just on the edge of the engagement zone when at the end of the power jam there, Barbie got back, re-entered.
Just
And it was on the line, but yeah, that she came in within the engagement zone.
about 20 foot 6 inches in front of the foremost blocker.
Exactly. But yeah, so the no call stands, and Genevieve Moore is your lead jammer very quickly.
Spinorama move at the back and then a shoulder down. Genevieve Moore picking up a natural grand slam. Babyface Assassin not able to get out of the pack.
And they let Copernicus get that bridge there. Genevieve Moore on another scoring pass, but
Babyface Assassin finally draws him out to 20 feet. Free passage now through. Genevieve Moore calling off the jam.
muscling through on that. Very emphatic about that last call out there. 4 more points there.
So a 9-0 run to start this off after that long timeout. I believe Rose City may take some umbrage with the injury.
Well, we got Tess Inger there, who so far had a good jamming game so far. I think we're going to see the rotation's going to be pretty strict. Tess Inger out there.
Texas out there puts 404 Peace War, but Tess Inger finds that big hole, makes part of it herself.
Oh, nice getting through on the inside there for Peace War. So you have a chance to open up the middle and the inside there. Lemon Stinger, Copernicus, wide open lane. 4-0 call off.
Amazing offensive work. Herman Munster coming out. Had a couple of words with Bipolar Lola. Got a feeling it's about the speed of the call off.
It didn't cost any points, it looks like, but
No.
it's better to err to the side of caution. That is going to be Amber Castaldo once again, K2.
And up against Barbie Got Back. Amber Castaldo gotten a penalty the last 4 times she's been out as the jammer.
Yeah, it's honestly very dangerous putting her in there right now.
And Barbie Got Back, lead jammer.
Castaldo dropped to the inside there and caught in the pack. She finds an inside opening.
And gets through. Barbie Got Back getting some big hip checks at the front of the pack. And she's going to call off the jam the outside.
And that is 3-0 on that one for
3-0.
Texas.
Texas stopping the bleeding there. Rose City came out hard after that elongated timeout. Took lead jammer twice, picked up, I believe, 18 points in those 2 jams. And then Texas shuts that down finally with a 3-0 run here. Just about at the halfway point of the second period.
Well, Rose City's being very egalitarian with their jammer rotation. I don't know if they can afford to be right now. You're seeing great production from Vishaka Sion, who's out there right now. You may want to tighten that up a little bit. Give your people who are scoring the scoring opportunities. Speaking of, Vishaka Sion lead jammer.
Peace War out there takes a hit from every single person.
Copernicus with the drop to the inside.
Great block there by Notorious DIE.
The great block on the outside, drawing Vishaka Sion all the way back.
Shaka Ciano, oh, I believe she is getting a back block call on that. Came into the pack, made contact with one of the blockers and went down. Back block call, Power Jam, Texas. Peace War dragging it out, finally out of play is Warren. They give her through 5 points, Peace War.
It's that shoulder back line that is a very dangerous thing to ride. You can have it's question of millimeters.
Really is.
Where that impact is.
Oh, and that's going to be a low block on Peace War, I believe. Yes, it is. Taking down Elizabeth Nesbitt-Smith. So Elizabeth Nesbitt-Smith actually gave her the hit, and as Peace War went down, her leg flailed out, took Elizabeth Nesbitt-Smith's feet out from under her.
Quick pass through the middle for only 4 points there because
that one will get corrected. I see All in Your Grill talking to the other jam ref.
Yeah, it looked like it should be 5, but
I'm getting we'll get that corrected here before this bout is done.
Sion trying to push out there. It looks like 3 more points were sitting on the penalty box. 3 out there on that last pass from Vishaka. And I see a conversation going on.
Firing squad with 159. Got 13 and a half minutes left.
Well, all right, so
Or not. So 162, 116.
Genevieve Moore quickly gets lead jammer through the middle of that pack. And this is what they need for the rest of the game.
Peace War out of the penalty box now, but has to go the long way around.
And he has 4 blockers to get past.
Oh, huge defensive work by Texas out there on the floor. Peace War, one more to beat, goes to the outside, does.
I like Peace War on the high rotation there. 3-0, that one in favor.
Rose City. And here comes the jam ref over to the table. I'm going to bet we're going to add one more point to Rose City here.
All right, there you have it. You called it, Phil Dirt.
There we go, 122, 162. So a 40-point lead. Rose City coming back from their worst spot so far in this. But Texas still firing on all cylinders.
Texas Roller Girls firing squad's own Bloody Mary, number 101, going defensive jamming here. And that's Tess Inger once again. It looks like they are tightening up the jammer rotation for Rose City. Alicia Nisbet-Smith taking Bloody Mary to the inside while...
Oh, Lemon Stinger with a huge hit right there. Lead jammer called there for
Tess Inger, who is already on the scoring pass, gets dropped to the inside, but quickly resets into the defense.
Big black wall in front of her. Rides the inside line on her toe stops. Grand slam, Inger.
Someone lost an entire wheel there, an entire front half. Alicia Nisbet-Smith.
Losing her kingpin, I'm guessing.
Oh, that is bummer timing because firing squad's Bloody Mary was still held up in that defensive wall there. There's more scoring opportunity, but yeah.
Jam called to get all the pieces parts off the floor.
No, that's what you got to do.
Oh, heartbreaker, but it's especially when your own teammate's skate explodes. Just
Amber Castaldo, number K2, jamming once again for Rose City Axles of Annihilation.
Centerfold able to pick up lead jammer.
Castaldo up against the swarming Texas defense up front.
Well, Castaldo did manage to stay out of the box last time. If she can do that again, of course, right now she got lapped. 5 big points.
You know, you got the blockers going call offense right there, but they lost the jammer, so it was an easy scoring pass there for Texas.
And a back block call there on Centerfold, turning this into a power jam for Castaldo.
Now Centerfold was lead jammer, so it's going to go 2 minutes, of which there's more than a minute left, so we will see Centerfold back on the track before this is over.
Castaldo trying to make her way through, I believe, on a scoring pass right now. And someone got a high block. Yep, looks like Dolores Fuentes heading off to the sin bin for a high block. And only 4 points
on that one.
On a power jam.
I didn't see a pass out of play signal, so... But maybe what happened and we didn't get the signal.
That's entirely possible.
5 on that one, but looks like she was dropped to the inside, so she has to reset to the back.
He's correcting the 5 from the previous pass.
Oh, good. And, oh, nice run the outside for Centerfold there for 4 points.
And we're going to see a handoff there. Handing it off to 365, Copernicus.
So she's got the start up.
And time expires.
No points going to Copernicus for that pass.
4 more points going to Centerfold after she gets out of the box. Just under 9 minutes left. Texas, great execution so far. this whole game, staying out of the penalty box, containing the jammer as much as they can.
All right, right through the middle. That is Barbie got back their lead jammer right away.
Almost taking Jennings with her on her back.
All right, will Vishaka Sion keep? No, sliding out.
Sion loses her grip, slides out.
And the streak has ended. First non-points for Vishaka Sion, probably for the spin out in the turn
but she did manage to last 52 minutes with that streak throughout the whole game of always picking up a point. One jam, okay. I'd still say I'd still put her in.
Yeah.
Don't make.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah. Don't put extra laps on just because of that one. Peace War out there again for Texas Firing Squad.
And Genevieve Moore around the outside muscles through. Lead jammer.
Peace War getting held up there by Nisbet Smith.
And Lemon Stinger and Griffin and Copernicus. And initial out of play called on Copernicus.
Dolores Fuentes heading back to the box there for a forearm.
2 points picked up by Moore at the end. Even more emphatic call off there.
And it looks like we're going to start 3-on-3. Oh. I believe, yes, indeed, Copernicus removed from the penalty box.
That's got to be 7, yeah.
I believe she's on her 7th trip, so Copernicus is going to...
It was coming, so that is... and that's a big deal. She's been a huge asset for the Axles of Annihilation while she was out there.
Tess Yinger out there jamming for the Axles of Annihilation right now. Manages to just hold that inside line. Lead jammer for Rose City.
Centerfold one to get past. That's Hannah Jennings, so it might as well be another wall. Hannah Jennings hands it over to Alicia Nisbet-Smith, who drops her to the outside and cycles her back.
And here comes Yinger through the pack again for a natural grand slam.
And it looks like Centerfold already up against the 4-wall in the front. They're going for a handoff there.
Trying to get it to Notorious DIE. Finally, DIA gets it in her hands.
And Hannah Jennings picks up a penalty trying to draw back DIE.
Big hit there on Yinger.
Tess Yinger to the back. There it is. Destruction penalty on 505 Dolores Fuentes. Tess Yinger calls it off. 4 more points.
Okay, so Rose City starting to get in control of their penalties a little bit better. They have been losing one, but Texas picking up a lot more penalties in the last couple jams than they were in most of the game. So we're seeing even play out there, a little more open holes, a little bit more scoring. Rose City's trying to climb back into this. 5 minutes left, down by 31 points. Still a lot of time, but they're going to have to be relatively flawless as we go into the last bit of this game.
They're going to need flawless, and they're going to need a big jam, and they're going to need to not give up lead jammer that easily. And that has numbers to do with it and the strength of Barbie got back.
Yeah.
So
Barbie got back within 5 seconds in that jam was lead jammer, and within 15 seconds already almost completes now in 20 seconds her first scoring pass, calls off the jam 4-0, and Sion now shut out 2 jams in a row.
And looks like Monica Geigel going to the penalty box there, so
2 blockers in the box though for Texas. So 3-2 pack advantage to start this one off for Rose City.
And I think it look wow, this is going to be tough. I think it looks good for Genevieve Moore though, because she's been able to break through the walls consistently, and this is only a 2-wall. However, that's Peace War, and she's more than capable of making her own openings.
Oh, Moore turns on the gas. Not going to get lead jammer. A no pass, no penalty on number 86.
So this is down to Rose City defense on this. It looks like a no pack was assessed.
sorry, that was Sandy Ravage. Oh, so lead jammer is called there, but Moore already made it through on one scoring. No.
And
there it is, 4 points.
Peace War going for it. It gets robbed by Shellen Spocker while Genevieve Moore gets the grand slam.
Oh, she jumps right after her and does pick up.
And it's a power jam.
Oh, it looks like a low block called on Peace War. So a power jam for Rose City, another grand slam for Genevieve Moore.
And a 4-2. And Genevieve Moore more than capable of putting up multiple scoring passes here. Looks like she's going to hand it off to Monica Geigel, who is not jammed all game, but Genevieve Moore has been doing a lot of work.
It's true. She put the weight of the team on her shoulders and has been dragging them along with her.
Well, Monica Geigel is a go-to jammer for her home team, so she knows how to jam.
And finally dodges juke into this inside, goes to the outside, 5 more points. Now she's trying to get around Peace War just out of the penalty box. Peace War doing a little defensive jamming.
Good
now,
call by Peace War there.
Slow her down a little bit before she gets there so she doesn't get the easy rip through.
I believe Peace War is probably sitting on some points too, so that's important to bear in mind as you watch the rest of this. Monica Geigel going for the outside, takes the drop to the outside courtesy of Sandy Ravage.
Great work though on her recognizing she was out of bounds. So
quick team timeout called by Herman Munster with 1 minute 56 on it, and
that may get adjusted a little bit. I know that jam ended right at 2 minutes, so yes, we're going to get to 1:59, I believe, when the clock is set.
All right, so it's a 15-point bout here, but I don't remember the last time Texas has given up 15 points in a jam.
I'm not sure it's happened, but I think it's happened.
And Texas is sitting on a lot of advantages right here. Number one, they got starting 3-2 blocker advantage, but they have their other blocker standing. That's huge going into this. I mean, really, outside of a power jam, it's going to be very hard for the Axles of Annihilation to take this back. They can either nickel and dime, get lead jammer, get a quick call, and hopefully they're sitting on at least one more timeout.
They have one more timeout. They've used their review already in this half, so they can stop the clock one more time.
So it may have to be a case of that. I like putting Tess Yinger out there.
She's been hot the last few jams she's been out there. I agree with your assessment on that, and of course the coaches also agreed on it.
Yes.
So they got your message, they sent her out.
They're very smart. All right, Tess Yinger really needing lead jammer right now.
Good work by Texas, though, to put out Barbie Got Back. Barbie Got Back successful all night long and picks up lead jammer, which could be the game changer right now.
It could be the game ender. Tess Yinger gets her initial pass. Now, if I'm Texas, I'm running it right now, and it looks like that's what they're doing. The clock is favoring Texas, so they're better off running the clock and trading scoring passes.
And she's trading more than scoring passes, getting the jammer lap point as she gates it into the pack. Gets around Yinger, who does pick up 4 points.
And I don't know if she's already sitting on that, so yeah, it's going to be a race. At this rate, it looks like Texas is locking down the victory here.
Grand slam for Barbie Got Back. 9 points so far. Yinger going to have her work cut out for her. Still a minute left in the jam.
Well, outside Barbie getting a penalty, this is Texas's.
Yeah, this is Texas's game to lose. And I believe Barbie coming into the pack a little slower. Try and play conservative. Don't take any dumb penalties. Rose City will have to draw one if they need to get one. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Well, especially with Texas, who have not given up. They've given up 2 total, and they were offset ones. And as much as Barbie's Got Back has been skating, it's not likely that she's going to do that.
Now another 4 points. Now sitting at 13, I believe, for the jam.
Alicia Nisbet-Smith picks up the jammer cap and the points that Tess Yinger was sitting on, so that's 4 more points for them.
but already in the pack and making her way through. Barbie got back, just a 2-wall at the front, now just 1, takes a hip check. Oh, and she goes down Yinger. And time expires in the jam with another 5 points on the board. And it looks like, yes, it is, Texas Firing Squad are going to beat the Axles of Annihilation from Rose City, 197-179.
Phil, what a terrific bout.
Amazing game. A lot of things that can be taken away from this. The big one, of course, is that Texas's program works.
Yes.
They have a game plan. They stuck to that game plan, and it worked wonders for them. Rose City, penalties.
I'll give 2 to Rose City. Penalties and lineup adjustments. I've seen it in key games where you stick to your jammer rotation. If someone's not, and that's nothing against the jammer that's not working, sometimes matchups just don't work out. Amber Castaldo had a great bout yesterday. But sometimes someone doesn't match up with the defense that's given to them, and then that's okay.
Or somebody has just an off day. You got to make adjustments for how things are going.
And someone's having a hot day. When you have that hot jammer, you put them on a higher rotation, and it was working well with Vishaka Sion, Genevieve Moore, and Tess Inger. So you got to be able to make those adjustments on the fly and execute them. Championship, I think some of the championship bouts in the last year's championships could have been won with a little bit of lineup adjusting. So those are the 2 things I think. And Texas, I got nothing to say. I think the only thing Rose City had over them was execution, but execution's one part of the game and not the whole game. And Texas came in with the whole game.
And Texecution will happen later when the Texecutioners take the floor against Rose City's A team.
Well, I hope Rose City's A team is watching this.
I hope so too,
because this is a preview of what will happen.
Yes.
If you don't adjust your rosters or adjust your lineups and stay on the track.
I did see the Texecutioners sitting on the side taking notes during this game. It looks like some of the wheels of justice are over there. So, but that should be an amazing game later tonight. I believe that's at 7 o'clock. So tune on in at thebigotournament.com. So amazing game, Just Jake.
Amazing game, Phil Dirt. This was a pleasure to call this with you.
Oh yeah, let's get ready to throw it over to our friends over at Derby Deeds.
Hello and welcome to the Derby Deeds event desk here at the Big O in Eugene, Washington. I keep doing that. Eugene, Oregon. We're brought to you by Adam Wheels and the new Boom Wheels lineup that you can find at roller derby skate shops near you. It's just me and Teeny right now because Pitch It is warming up for his game. The Arizona Rattleskates are going to be taking on Portland's Bridgetown Menace on track 3 in mere moments.
So excited to go heckle him shortly.
Yes, I'm whiteboard and yes, we're going to be yelling at Pitch It to Jam. So if you are interested in seeing that track 3 in just a little while, so we're just going to do a quick score update for you here from the Big O. Follow up from earlier, the Seattle Derby Brats were taking on the Emerald City Junior Gems on track 3. The Galaxy Girls won that game 202 to 132. Here on track 1, we had a bit of a delay. That's why we're coming at you now instead of earlier. The Axles of Annihilation took on Texas's Firing Squad, the B teams. Texas won that game 202 to 179. A bit of an injury timeout with Fashionista from the Axles of Annihilation being taken off on the stretcher. We wish her the best of luck, and we send our love to you. Track 2, we had Puget Sound versus Drive By. And you watched that game.
I did.
That was a pretty hard-hitting, very exciting game.
It was exciting. Good stuff on track 2. Drive-Bys made a great showing at this tournament. A lot of fun to watch them skate. Puget Sound Outcast did come out with the win. Final score, Puget Sound 217, Drive-By 61. Good game.
Yeah, and then out there on track 3, we had Humboldt, the Redwood Saplings, taking on Santa Cruz's junior team, I'm not gonna do it. At halftime, Santa Cruz was up 139 to 49. We will bring you an update for that when we come back. Up next on track number 1, right behind us, we've got Emerald City, the hosts of the Big O. They're taking on Humboldt's Redwood Rollers. And on track number 2, Sac City versus Terminal City. Terminal City, one of my favorite teams in the WFTDA. I love those girls, and I'm really excited to get to go watch them play. And like we said, on track 3, Pitchett and the Arizona Rattleskates will be taking on Portland's Bridgetown Menace. And that should be a pretty good game. Portland has been playing very, very well all tournament long. And this will be the first time that we've seen Arizona play this week. So good stuff coming up. Just a quick update for you guys, and stay tuned. We've got lots of action here at the Big O. 3 tracks. You can find us at WFTDA.tv/the Big O. You know that. You're watching right now.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, yes. We're going to be coming at you after every game here at Track 1 all weekend long. And when we can get it, we're going to give you updates from Beach Brawl and some of the other games that are happening around the country, especially after the evening starts and the games start picking up around the world, as it were. So for this quick update at the derbydeeds.com event desk here at the Big O.
In Eugene, Oregon.
Eugene, Oregon, brought to you by Adam Wheels. I'm Megatron.
I'm Teeny Mussolini.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you after the next game.